Time now for my next guest. Now, she was Pussy Galore in Goldfinger. She was the frisky grandmother in the hit sitcom The Upper Hand. Her career spans more than 6 decades, but for me, personally for me, she will always be the original Avengers girl, the fantastic Mrs. Kathy Gale. And they've just released some very rare Avengers episodes on DVD. Will you please welcome the lady herself, the one and only Miss Honor Blackman? Let me hear you, come on. Oh, Honor, what a pleasure. Always a pleasure to see you. And you're as gorgeous as ever.
Thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous as ever, isn't she? You are.
That reminded me, actually, of when you were gorgeous. Well, you're still gorgeous, but when you had the whole shebang
The whole shebang, as you call it.
We did something one early morning once,
now that's
years
nice.
ago.
It was.
Yes.
It was a big breakfast, wasn't it?
I don't know what it was.
It was the crack of dawn, anyway.
But we weren't our brightest selves.
No, we certainly... How are you? You well?
I'm fine.
You know, I loved the single that you released, The Star Who Fell from Grace.
Oh, did you?
I did. I thought it was wonderful. It was very Sunset Boulevard, I thought, to listen to.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. I have to say, without a background to that number, without a person they could hang it on from a musical or something, I thought there was a slight reservation about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I enjoyed doing it. It was another experience.
Yeah, another
I like new
fabulous.
experiences.
I know you do. I know you do. You always you're not scared, are you, to challenge yourself?
No.
No, not at all.
Well, I don't care if I fall flat on my face now, you know. There was a time I cared.
You never will. Do you know, I was watching Avengers episodes last night. What was the one? Mandrake. Where you kicked Jackie Pallow in the face into a grave.
Oh, poor soul, yes.
He deserved it, attacking Mrs. Gale.
Yeah. I remember his nose splitting and his eyes crossing.
That was a hell of a kick.
Yes. I know I wasn't supposed to if I was decent. I would have put my foot in his face and kicked. But as it was, I nearly dried and went for the shovel and I shouldn't have. So I went bang like that.
Bang,
poor
unconscious.
Man. 7.5 minutes he was out.
Really?
You know? Yeah. I was walking around that grave saying, I'll never fight again.
This is Jackie Pallow, the wrestler, you know. I remember the poor man, afterwards he had to go and face the crowds at the Liverpool Stadium after this.
Yes.
And the shame, he'd been beaten up.
Well, I know, but I thought it might ruin his career, but it didn't. I thought they'd think, oh, knocked out by a girl, you know. But they used to say, send for Cassie, and all that.
All sorts of stuff. They're all going, do-do-do-do-do-do, when he came down. Because the original Avengers theme wasn't Laurie Johnson, was it? It was Johnny Dankworth.
Yes, it was.
He wrote the original.
Yes.
There's nothing I don't know, Honor, about the Avengers.
There's nothing. And when you sing the music, my stomach is ready to roll, because they always did that before I had to fight.
Yeah.
And because I was and still am a girl, but you think, I've got to do it right, because they'll send me up rotten if I don't, you know.
Well, it was all live. So imagine you'd have this huge fight with a great big strapping fella in leather, run across the set, throw a dressing gown on and be in Steed's Flat having a cup of coffee.
Yes, yes, and panting wild. So they probably thought I fancied him more than I did, you know.
You know, when I used to watch him, I always used to think Steed used to get out of the action. It was always Kathy who did the heavy stuff.
Oh, he used to worry about me like mad. He used to say, why don't you fight like I do with a walking stick or a sword or something? Well, the whole point of the thing was that he was a cunning devil.
He was,
and would do all this kind of thing at a distance. And I was the fisticuffs person.
Look, let's have a clip, please, because I can flannel all day. Come on, play it there, please. Let's see the Avengers and all their glory.
Over there, by the stairs.
After you, my dear.
Oh! Oh!
Oh! Oh, my knee!
Don't worry about your knee. Keep moving.
I think I nearly broken it.
Fruit juice. I thought that you didn't like that there, black. You're full of surprises, aren't you?
So were the ladies of Paris.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Isn't it physically impossible to keep a gun up in a stocking? Doesn't it drag the stocking down the waist of the gun?
Well, they made a holster for me, and they said one lunchtime, come and we've thought of the answer. Come and try this on. And they made this holster, and the barrel was pointing up. I said, that's not for me, no. So they had to invent a different one.
Might be a nasty accident.
Yeah.
There. Now, this book, I've got this book at home. Honor Blackman's book of self-defence. Do you think Kathy Gale was instrumental? Because I remember at the time in getting people interested in self-defence and martial arts. If it wasn't for the Avengers, people would, especially women, wouldn't have bothered.
And the book was sensible in as much as it showed you the situations you might find yourself in.
That's right, yeah.
And what you could do about it.
Did you do a lot of training for the Avengers, did you?
Well, not beforehand.
No?
Because they told me at the interview that I might have to do judo, and I said, well, you'll have to teach me. Did I ever tell you about the first judo class I ever went to? Well, I fondly imagined that it was going to be a private lesson, you know. And I went down these steps in Panton Street to the gym, and the smell...
Oh, God.
Because all the men were breaking fall and making that awful noise on the mat and sweating like mad. And I went in there, I thought, oh, my God, will I be able to breathe while I'm in here? And they never had a girl in there before, so they didn't know I'd got to take my clothes off and get into the suit, you know.
Did you have a private changing room?
No. So they put me behind some awful-looking curtain, and I came face to face with a line of grotty jock straps. And there I changed, and that was my first lesson, so it wasn't very romantic.
I suppose it didn't put you off.
Yes.
You know that there's some hugely collectible Avenger toys. Like this thing, believe it or not. How much do you think that's worth? It's John Steed's sword stick. And from the 60s, it was a child, so you filled it full of water and you fired it out the end, I presume. It's worth $5,500 US.
Really?
Seriously.
What are you doing with it?
Well, it was brought in. I'm going to steal it on it. I'm going to be arrested on my way out. I'm going to steal this. But that's what it's worth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, $5,500 US. Are the fans the same about Pussy Galore as they are about Kathy Gale? The Bond fans. I mean, she's another glorious creation, wasn't she, Pussy Galore?
I don't know if they're the same.
Yeah.
But there are lots of them.
Yeah.
Happily.
I mean, there she is. I mean, look at that, please. Yeah. You'd leave home, wouldn't you, immediately? You would. Was Bond easier to seduce than Norris Cole? Did you enjoy that?
I mustn't say anything rude, but I really did prefer Sean, I have to say.
Not surprised.
Yes.
Got 007 or Little Man Who Runs a Sweet Shop. I know I'd go off with. But did you enjoy Coronation Street? Did you enjoy doing it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, but the trouble is, he made me laugh so much. He was so frightened of me. He was cowering away, you know.
Now you've got a new movie, haven't you, coming up? Reuniting Rubens, is that right?
Yes.
What's that about?
Well, it'll surprise you to know that I'm a Holocaust survivor in it, and Timothy Spall is my son. And the story really is about him trying to go on a cruise that he's been wanting to go on for years. And I, as his mother, want to get his family reunited because he's got 4 children who've been warring for I don't know how many years. And for the Seder, which is a celebration that they have every year, I want to get them all friends again. So every time he goes to get on the boat, I've got some idea, and I keep him away. Yes.
When does this open?
And it won't come out, I don't think, till just after Christmas. We're just about in the dubbing studio now.
I think you and Timothy Spall together, there's an ideal combination.
Yes.
Yeah, I shall
My son, think of that.
I shall look forward to that. It's lovely to see you again, you know, really. It's always lovely to see you.
Thank you.
It really is. Ladies and gentlemen, please, put your hands together. The one and only, Miss Honor Blackman, come on. And don't forget, The Avengers, for all you fans, it's out on DVD.